Okay. Hopefully this works. This is take 9. I don't know why every single time I try to record, something has to break. Okay. This is going up regardless at this point. I've tried too hard not to. So, yes, my latest thing, the archaeological excavation. The story is I was digging around like any mine ore crafter, and I discovered this gigantic piece of a skeleton of some sort. So, well, what do you do when you've got a skeleton you need to examine? Well, you need some very smart, very high paid people to take care of that for you. Which is why I started construction on the university. Technically, I'm not sure if I should call it a university or not. You know, I really don't know. Like, it's kind of small to be a university. It kind of is. You know, it's got a lot of work to do, but that's why you guys are along for the ride. Because I still need to freaking stall until another update comes out. So, in the meantime, time to go get some, well, mostly stone, because I don't know or slash have that many other materials to work with just yet. See, I gave myself plenty of clearance and headroom. I don't know why it still does that. I've even turned down some of the settings you can probably notice, because people notice a lot of shit like that. But you can probably notice I've turned down some more settings in order to make it easier to play. So it should be easier to play. Maybe it was just a one-time hitch, and after I redid all the stuff with OBS, it'll work again. I don't know. So, step 1, we're going to gather up some materials here. I realize it's probably a lot darker for you guys than it is for me, as per usual. I had plans for these planks, but I also have these deposits of diorite and granite and andesite around here somewhere. I have these other kinds of rock, and I'm considering using them. Like, no one says it has to be a dull facade. I have used quite a few different colors in the exterior of the building, and the dining room area, which I plan to implement, it is already there. Granted, I could just look up an actual university and look at the pictures and study it, but I already did that, and it took way longer than I wanted to in the first damn place. So as my forefathers said to the British, fuck you. Just gather up some of these other kinds of stone along with it. I'll just stick it in a box in my house. That way I'll have it regardless. So, how's everything going? I got really upset with myself because I flatlined after I had to take that break. But, I have problems. You know, I've got to find a job during a pandemic. My neighbor pointed out one time, he's like, well, at least they finally enforcing which door you're supposed to go in. And I'm like, yeah, it only took a global pandemic. Like, there's all kinds of stuff in the news, and it's like, yeah, numbers have been greatly exaggerated, and really no one's died from it. And, like, I'm sure there's somebody that's got an elderly parent who's going to be pissed off when I say that. And, I fully understand your feelings are valid, and of course nobody wants your parent or grandparent to die, but in reality, everyone's got to die sometime. I say that not to be crass. I say that not to be mean or impolite. I just say that as a simple fact of life. Humans were originally supposed to die when they were 40-something. Like, humans aren't supposed to live very long. We have overextended our life. That's part of the reason why our planet and our economy is in so much trouble. And people who are living way longer than they were supposed to are doing way more than they were supposed to. And that's got its upsides. We have far more experienced members of society to teach the youngins, and on the other hand, this person who's 90 years old and wants to die can't, and the doctors won't let her. So, there's that. Look, I really don't mean to come off like that. I really don't. Like, no one wants to see anyone die. But after so long, there's really nothing you can do with your life. I mean, yes, there are plenty of healthy, vibrant, older people in their 80s and 90s that can still get around and can still have fun and can still enjoy their life after retirement. That's a fact, yes. But it's also a fact that there are a lot more people who can't than there are who can. Like, you were gonna have to say goodbye to Grandma at some point. Like, the only people that I know have died from this haven't even died from COVID, actually. They haven't. They've died from complications and secondary causes. Like, particularly people with respiratory dysfunction. They didn't die from having COVID. They died from when their lungs shut down because they were overtaxed from COVID. That's the boat I'm in, by the way. I have asthma, and I'm told time and time again that I'm at especially high risk for COVID because I have a chronic respiratory condition. And wouldn't you know, that's where COVID tends to stay. So, yeah, I'm in danger, tee-hee. Except, A, there's nothing I can do about it. And B, even if there was something to do about it, I couldn't afford it. So if the virus is going to take me, then it had better do so and decrease the surplus population. We all know it's not a disaster if everyone lives. So, on some lighter news, did anybody else hear about the trial for the West Nile proof mosquitoes that they're unleashing into certain states? Glad I thought of that. Yeah, one of the universities has genetically modified mosquitoes that they're going to release into the population. And they said through the dispersion of this new genetic material, it would make it safer for humans because this new genetic code would not be able to carry the human affecting diseases. If I read the material... Excuse me. Speaking of respiratory failure... No, seriously, don't make me laugh. It hurts. But, it's like they want to target West Nile and all that stuff. And they will do that by introducing these new bugs that don't carry West Nile and stuff. Apparently, though, their dry run of this stuff didn't go very well. Like it was Brazil or Chile or however you pronounce it. And, like, it caused some minor disaster. Which, I mean, fair enough. That was going to happen to start with, I suppose. But it didn't go very well for some reason, and that's making everybody question if they should do it at all. Which I suppose is a fair question. I mean, not everybody does everything correctly, let's face it. I'm the government, and that's why nothing works. You'd better not put me in charge of the government. I'll kill people. So, we've got a decent bag of rocks. Let's go back up and actually do the thing we were going to do today. I'll probably explore that lava some other time. I realize that the Minecraft videos are the ones that are actually doing anything right now, so hopefully I'm not taking people away from it by being so blunt about my views on the merits of life and death. But, you know, like, stuff. So, this, as I have thought of it, would be the commons area. This is where people will eat and hang out and stuff. And this would be the reception's desk. I really want to put, like, a thing there with the little door flappy on it. But I don't know if I will or not, because does it really need it? No. Does this really need this? No. Does that really need that? No, but I could put it up here and make that even higher. Like, I actually went to a school where they did this, but, like, the principal's office was up there instead of classrooms. Like, it was a really old school. So maybe it's more of a school building than an actual, university? But I'm gonna call it a university, and hopefully the government doesn't call me on it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boink. Yeah, those are shelves, not a part of the wall, in case anyone was wondering. Let's put some more details in here so that I don't end up making everything out of one type of block, as everyone is so critical of me when I make buildings. Like, most people aren't gonna see some of these details. So, like, why bother with them? See, that's just not gonna look right if I do that. But I don't really have that much of a choice. And maybe some. Well, I don't have any more, but I can always go down and get more. Eh. Maybe put a window here, and maybe put a window like here. That would be an awkward place to put a window, though. Maybe if we move it here. Like, that way you can kind of see both of them. Just one more down, perhaps? You can kind of see both of them that way. That might work. Yeah, that whole arch isn't right. But, asymmetrics is the new thing. I was just getting over that whole clean lines bullshit, too. So, of course, the roof is going to need to be higher at this point than it is at the rest of this point. But about there would do it for the rest of the buildings. So there's some external forces going on there. Some. Maybe I should have a window just, like, right here. Like there you can see the monument. Of course, no need to have a window back here. There's nothing to look at. Like, I know some people would probably like to just see, like, a garden area or something, but it's gonna be flowers and then a giant wall. Like, honestly, that's nothing you want to look at. Now, maybe putting walls on the either side of the ovens here, that might work. I could move this over, move that over. Now I can see the fanphones now. I don't think they actually do that anymore. That's just a joke I picked up from places. See, for years, everyone I know has been saying, you need to go to college to get a good job. And that was back when people who had degrees could actually get jobs. They don't have too many of those anymore. See, it's going to be wrong no matter what because I made this oddly shaped. Perhaps just the window on the one side. I mean, that is where most of the scenery happens to be. Just on that one side, mayhaps. And then that's like this layer of it. I'll just cap the rest of it off at some later point. But then there's what to do with this other part here. Like, obviously, this is going to be where I put the classrooms, because I already told you that. Like, should I put wood here? Like, I don't remember going to a lot of schools that had wood flooring. It was mostly concrete, if not that, like, spackled tile stuff. But then again, you know, what's the point of all of that? I don't know. But while I've got the ability to make the not wooden tools, I should probably do that. It's probably only going to take one. Maybe two. Maybe two. And it's night already. Okay. So, said some controversial shit. Cussed a lot. Dug up a bunch of rocks. Made some gripes about different textures and colors. forgot where the hell I'm going. Oh, glass, yes, yes. Do I have any of the leftover glass in here? In there. Just in case. Just in case. You take that. You take this. I'll take 2 of these. And I won't call my doctor in the morning. You can't make me. Nah, 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 nah. So, like I said, I want these rooms to be basically classrooms. I'll fill them up with a bunch of props. And, like, that'll be that, I suppose. I wanted to, like, make it seem like they were studying a lot of different things, like fossils and redstone and horticulture. Like, again, I don't know what the deal is. Oh. I guess I can save, like, 1 tile by, like, putting that there instead of over here. Gotta go hastily, you know. Gotta go hastily indeed. I should probably get some more of these other colored rocks too. Is my sand done yet? That's not the right way. Stupid me. No. Yes. That's 16. Is that gonna be enough for what I have planned or not? So 6 over there, 4 over here, and 6 here. Looks like I'm psychic or something. Well, I don't want to bore you all completely to death. I guess I'll extract useful materials at some other point. But yeah, this is what it's looking like right about now. Hopefully it wasn't too bad, and hopefully next time I try to record frickin' Minecraft, it won't take 9 tries. Yep.